Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Deportation, in its simplest form, is when a country tells a non-citizen, hello, you have to leave. It's kind of like being kicked out of a club you've been a part of for years. The government has a set of rules, and if they decide you've broken one, maybe you overstayed your visa or committed a crime, they can start proceedings to send you back to your country of origin. This process is supposed to be a tool for maintaining national security and enforcing immigration laws. It's an official, legal procedure, often involving courts and judges, that can fundamentally change the course of a person's life. It's serious business, not just a simple matter of buying a plane ticket and saying goodbye. But here's where it gets complicated. What happens when the system makes a mistake? A wrongful deportation is exactly what it sounds like. A colossal error where someone who has the legal right to stay is kicked out anyway. This isn't just a minor slip-up, it's a life-altering blunder. Imagine being a legal resident, a refugee with a valid claim to asylum, or even a US citizen, and being told you no longer belong. These aren't just hypothetical scenarios, they happen. A lost document, a case of mistaken identity, or a misunderstanding of complex legal statutes can lead to a devastating and unjust outcome, turning a person's entire world completely upside down. The distinction between a lawful deportation and a wrongful one is the difference between justice and a profound injustice. One is the system working as intended, whether we agree with the laws or not. The other is a failure of that very system, a betrayal of the principles of fairness and due process. It's like a referee calling a foul on the wrong player, but instead of just losing a few yards, the player is thrown out of the stadium, their career over, and sent to live in another country. The consequences are permanent and severe, impacting not just one person, but everyone connected to them. So when we talk about wrongful deportation, we're not just discussing a bureaucratic hiccup. We are talking about a fundamental breakdown of justice that has catastrophic human consequences. It's the story of people who played by the rules, or were entitled to protection under those rules, yet were failed by the very system designed to uphold them. Understanding this isn't about politics, it's about recognizing the immense power that immigration systems hold over people's lives, and the immense responsibility that comes with it. When that power is misused, even by accident, the damage can be irreparable. The most immediate and heartbreaking impact of wrongful deportation is the way it shatters families. Picture a family going about their daily lives, parents working, kids going to school, sharing dinners, and planning for the future. Now, imagine one of the parents is suddenly taken away, not for a week or a month, but potentially forever. The emotional void is immense and immediate. Children are left without a mother or father, spouses lose their partners, and the entire family structure collapses. This forced separation creates a deep, lasting trauma, a constant ache of absence that no phone call or video chat can truly fill. Beyond the emotional devastation, the financial fallout is just as crippling. When a primary earner is wrongly deported, the family left behind is often plunged into poverty. Suddenly there's no money for rent, groceries, or bills. The remaining parent might have to work multiple jobs, leaving little time to care for their children who are already struggling with the trauma of separation. Families can lose their homes, their savings, and any sense of stability they once had. The deported individual, in turn, is often sent to a country where they have no job prospects, no connections, and no way to support the family they were forced to leave behind. The stress and anxiety caused by this ordeal are relentless and all-consuming. For the family members remaining, every day is filled with worry about their loved one's safety and well-being. They live in a constant state of uncertainty, desperately navigating a complex legal maze in the hope of bringing them back. For the person who has been deported, the psychological toll is immense. They are grappling with the injustice of their situation, the loneliness of being in a foreign land, and the guilt of being unable to provide for their family. This persistent stress can lead to serious mental health issues, including depression and anxiety disorders. Ultimately, wrongful deportation robs people of their entire lives. It's not just about losing a job or a house. It's about losing a future that was carefully built over years, sometimes decades. People lose their communities, their friends, and the sense of belonging they had in the country they called home. For children, especially those who are citizens and have known no other country, the experience is profoundly destabilizing. They are forced to grow up with a piece of their family missing, a wound that shapes their entire development and their perception of justice and fairness in the world. Wrongful deportation isn't just about being sent away, it's about where you are sent. For many, being returned to their country of origin is not a homecoming but a death sentence. Many individuals who seek refuge in other countries are fleeing extreme violence, political persecution, or organized crime. They have valid asylum claims precisely because their lives are at risk back home. When the system makes an error and deports them, it is effectively sending them directly into the hands of the people or circumstances they fled. This isn't just an administrative mistake, it's a failure to protect human life. The physical dangers are terrifyingly real. A political dissident might be imprisoned, tortured, or executed by an authoritarian regime. Someone who escaped a violent gang might be hunted down and killed. Even if they manage to avoid their specific persecutors, they may be sent to a region plagued by civil war, famine, or a complete breakdown of law and order. They arrive with no resources, no support system, and a target on their back. The very act of having sought asylum elsewhere can mark them as a traitor or an enemy, making them even more vulnerable than before they left. The mental and physical health consequences of this constant fear are profound. Living every day with the knowledge that your life is in danger creates a level of stress that is physically and psychologically corrosive. This can manifest as post-traumatic stress disorder, severe anxiety, and deep depression. Access to healthcare in these dangerous environments is often non-existent, so physical ailments go untreated and mental health deteriorates. The person is trapped in a cycle of fear and suffering, all because of a paperwork error or a legal oversight thousands of miles away. This reality makes a mockery of the very concept of asylum and refugee protection, which is enshrined in international law. These laws were created to provide a safe haven for the world's most vulnerable people. When a country with a robust legal system wrongly deports a legitimate asylum seeker, it undermines its own moral and legal commitments. It sends a chilling message to others fleeing persecution, that even if you follow the rules and have a legitimate case, the system might still fail you, and that failure could cost you your life. It's the ultimate betrayal of our shared humanity. So how do these catastrophic mistakes even happen? It's not usually one single evil person making a bad decision. More often, it's a system buckling under its own weight. Immigration courts are notoriously backlogged, with judges juggling impossible caseloads. This immense pressure can lead to rushed judgments and overlooked evidence. Critical details get lost in mountains of paperwork, and there's simply not enough time to give each case the careful consideration it deserves. When speed is prioritized over accuracy, the risk of a life-altering error skyrockets, and real people pay the price for these systemic inefficiencies. Another major factor is the lack of adequate legal representation. Navigating immigration law is incredibly complex. It's like trying to assemble IKEA furniture but in a different language, and if you mess up, you get exiled. Unlike in criminal cases, a person facing deportation is not guaranteed a government-funded lawyer. This means many people, including those with strong legal claims to stay, have to represent themselves. They are up against experienced government attorneys without understanding the legal standards, the filing deadlines, or how to present their own evidence. It's an unfair fight that often leads to wrongful deportations. Simple human error and bureaucratic mix-ups also play a significant role. A misplaced file, a clerical error in a name or date of birth, or outdated information in a database can have devastating consequences. Sometimes, even U.S. citizens have been detained and put into deportation proceedings because of flawed records. These aren't malicious acts, but they highlight a system with too few checks and balances to catch mistakes before they ruin someone's life. The system's complexity becomes its own worst enemy, creating cracks that people can fall through, with no safety net to catch them. This issue should matter to everyone, not just immigrants. A system that can wrongly strip someone of their home, family, and safety is a system that is failing at its core. It erodes public trust in our legal institutions and damages our country's reputation as a beacon of fairness and justice. Fixing this means investing in our immigration courts, ensuring access to legal counsel, and creating better oversight to catch errors. Caring about wrongful deportation isn't about open or closed borders. It's about ensuring the system we have is just, accurate, and humane. Because if it can fail one person so catastrophically, it's a sign that it's not as strong as it needs to be for any of us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and engage with us in the comments.